You know Virginia is expensive. Nothing is cheap if you are thinking of moving somewhere in Virginia where housing and cost of living might be a bit cheaper in order to do some saving. Well, I am going to list 10 cheapest places to live in Virginia. From small towns to budget-friendly cities, there's a little something for everyone. Let's check them out. Starting my list with the Cockade City, Petersburg, located just southeast of Richmond. There are rough sections and there are good sections. There are areas that have the coolest houses, like Walnut Hill, and Old Town is pretty decent. Older homes more quiet, but the west side got higher crime rate. Biggest plus, its cost of living is 14% below the national average. And cost of living for a family is $3,990. That's 26.1% less expensive than the national average, and the median household income is about $51,000. Housing expenses are 45% lower. The median home price is $235,000, and the average monthly rent is $1,216, and you could find renting options from $1,000 to $1,650. Outside downtown, some parts of the city showed signs of neglect, but areas like High Street stood out with nicer homes, and the feel is secure. Old Town is a happening place. There is a good nightlife scene, and there are bars and shops. There are hangouts like Trapezium Brewery for beer, pizza, and live music. The city is lined with historic buildings, Civil War sites, and it's slowly becoming rejuvenated with new art spots and small businesses. The public school system has a terrible reputation, though. There's plenty to do if you're outdoorsy or if you're artsy. Hiking, history, go to Petersburg Battlefield Park. Next one is the Hopewell. It's a riverside town along the James River with small town comforts and big savings. It feels like living at one of those huge rest stops on the side of major highways. It's about a 30-minute drive to Richmond via I-295. Totally doable. The cost of living is 13% below the national average. It's $3,750 per month for a family. That's 30.6% less expensive than the national average. Houses cost about $218,000, and the median family income is $49,000. And rent is around $960 for a one-bedroom, $1,020 for two-bedroom, and overall is around $1,200. City Point is a quaint neighborhood with old houses and views of the river, and Mansion Hills is a stable choice here. There's basic necessities like fast food and gas stations, but nothing to actually go out and do for entertainment. You'll only have a few friendly local spots, like Randolph Market, Taylor's Auto Shop, a miniature bowling alley, quite good pizza at the Anchor Room, and a hardware store called McKay's. The only con of the place is you smell, I smell, we all smell Hopewell. It's the chemical plant, and the local says that's the smell of money. But if you love river views and low rent and a quieter way of life, Hopewell might be the place for you. Next one is a little mountain town on the banks of the Bluestone River. Yes, it's Bluefield. It's peaceful, affordable, and there are loads of outdoor activities to participate in. And for the most part, it's a quiet small town of 5K in a very rural part of the state. The cost of living is 8.5% below the national average, and the median home price is $128,000 on average. The average household income is about $53,500. Rent is pretty low as well, from $750 to $1,400. You can find a Walmart, a Kroger, a Food City, a Big Lots, a bowling alley, some golf courses, restaurants including Mikado's and Applebee's, fun places like the Granada Theater or the Sanders House. A few are just over the border in Westside Bluefield or in neighboring Princeton. A lot of outdoors. There's hiking, kayaking, rafting, fishing, and ATV trails beside the New River. If you're retired or have the kind of job where you can work remotely, the quiet life and scenic views, it's not a bad place in my opinion. It's a beautiful area to consider. Next one. Staunton is really great, quiet, friendly, and it's very walkable. The cost of living is 6% lower than the state average. Housing is about 8% cheaper. Groceries are also 12.1% lower cost than the national average, while utilities are 8% higher. Average monthly rent is around $1,407, and home prices are roughly $280,000 to $350,000 and goes upwards. It's not very affordable. The homes are usually on the older side. I suggest the Green Spring Valley neighborhood. Okay, I am biased because that is where my friend live. The school's now ranked in the top third of Virginia. The slower pace of life and walkable downtown area make it ideal for retirees and those seeking a peaceful lifestyle. For public transportation, there is the trolley and Bright Bus. Plus, you can drive to Waynesboro for shopping and more restaurant options, or a 45-minute drive across the mountain to Seaville for pretty much anything. All that comes with a major catch. Downtown faces occasional flooding due to its geography. Last time it was flooded in 2020. Next place is surrounded by rivers and forests, nestled within the Allegheny Highlands. This town is run by Garton Trucking, storage units, and the West Rock Paper Mill. It's a major paper and packaging plant, giving it a stinking smell. If you move to Covington, make sure you live upwind of the paper mill, but weirdly enough, you get used to it very quickly after being there, like 10 to 15 minutes or so. However, living is quite economical, as the cost of living is around 12.5% less than average in the United States. Rent ranges from $900 to $1,500, and the median home price is just $115,000. Beautiful area, good-sized town, mountains are beautiful there. It's a perfect spot for outdoors, as there are many places to visit like Falling Springs Waterfall, Humpback Bridge, and Lake Moomaw. When it comes to nightlife, you should probably look somewhere else as there are only a few places to eat. Covington is also known as a railroad town. The train ride to the north in the morning is quite remarkable. It goes through the New River Gorge. Large tunnels, bridges, and rivers can be seen. Next one is the birthplace of country music. It's Bristol. It lies on the border of Tennessee and Virginia. Main Street, or State Street, is literally the dividing line between the two states. Once, it was two towns, Bristol and Goodsonville, that eventually became one little city. This is one of the most affordable towns in the U.S. because its cost of living is 14% lower than the national average. The median house price is $190,000, and the average income is at $45,000. Studio apartments cost $610. One-bedrooms are priced at $620, while two bedrooms are around $1,020. It's a relatively safe location alongside quality schools. State Street is where most of the action takes place. There is restaurants, a comedy club. They even have State Liners baseball team. Go for a stroll in Steel Creek Park and shop at the Pinnacle Shopping Center. The residents refer to it as God's Country. Outdoor enthusiasts can complete the Appalachian Trail hike, use the Creeper Trail for biking, go boating on the lakes, or go fishing in the rivers. Sugar Hollow Park is a local favorite. If you live on the TN side and work in TN, you won't be paying that VA's state tax. If you live in TN and work in VA, you pay the tax. If you live in VA and work in TN, you pay the tax. Just letting you know. Nestled at the base of the Blue Ridge Mountains lies Lynchburg, also referred to as the City of Seven Hills. It's perfect for recent grads and young professionals thanks to the low cost of living. It's 8% lower than the national average and 8% lower than the Virginia state average. The cost of living is 7.7% lower than the national average. The average price of a home is $251,000, while average income sits around $60,000. Studio apartments cost $920. One bedrooms are priced at $1,020, while two bedrooms are around $1,200. The place is a college town. It's home to University of Lynchburg, Randolph College, CVCC, Sweetbriar College, and of course the presence of Liberty University gives the city a strong religious vibe. Over the past decade, downtown has seen significant improvements, with spots like Waterdog, Bootleggers, Depot Grill, Cosmos, and Peruvian Inca Grill offering great dining options, while Blackwater Creek Trail, Peaks of Otter, and Sharp Top or Flat Top trails provide excellent outdoor activities. The Blue Ridge Parkway and Peaks of Otter offer some of the most renowned outdoor sites. Next up, we have Star City, Roanoke. Situated in the Blue Ridge Mountains, the city got 4 zones that are separated by highways and railway lines. When Roanoke is compared with similar-sized cities, it does stand out. Having a functional downtown, good density, charming older districts, schools. The cost of living is 8% below the national average, with housing costs 23% lower, though utility expenses are about 16% higher. There are many bedroom communities, so you can either live within the city or in a surrounding county and still have a relatively short commute. What I will say is that Southwest, and more specifically Grandin, is frequently suggested as the best place to live. It's a lovely place. The median home value sitting at $265,000, paired with average yearly household earnings of $53,000. The rent prices are $770 for a studio, $1,090 for a one-bedroom, and $1,250 for a two-bedroom. An important detail: people often avoid floodplains. There's a lot of places in Roanoke City that tend to flood in hard rains, so check that before buying a home at least. The job market is robust. Top employers include Carilion Clinic, HCA Health System, and Walmart. Outdoors include the Appalachian Trail, Roanoke River, and the lively downtown, which is filled with restaurants. Overall, I think Roanoke is a diamond in the rough and a great place for people who love the outdoors. Next one is the last capital of the Confederacy, Danville. One of the best cities in Virginia. When it comes to affordability is Danville. Situated along the border of North Carolina in central southern Virginia, it's a decently quiet place. Bad parts are bad. The good parts are good. They've got a great downtown, beautiful Riverwalk Trail, and a super interesting history. There's a great sandwich place called O'Kelly's, a good Japanese place called Bentos. There are thousands of housing units in progress. I've got a feeling that Danville's population will increase by the 2030 census. Lots of housing. Few jobs or opportunities. The city has a lot to offer if you're looking for lower costs and a slower pace of life. Housing is about 22% cheaper, and the cost of living is 11% lower than the national average. The median household income is around $43,000, with the median home price at $163,000. Rent for 3 bedrooms is $1,500, $1,000 for 2 bedrooms, and $820 for 1 bedroom. Crime rates have decreased. There is life once again in the downtown area. And there's Everett College, Danville Community College for families. On top of all that, it's a great place to be if you like motorsports. Danville is the closest town to Virginia International Raceway, and there's Caesars Casino contributing to the economic improvement. If you are looking for a good, quiet place to retire and live in your own peace, this is the spot for you. Last but not least, we have Martinsville. This small city is quietly making a comeback with its NASCAR Speedway. Not exactly my thing, but some folks like it, and Martinsville Speedway is definitely the biggest tourist attraction. Its population are very diverse. You will find community theater, a summer baseball team, one of the best arcades within an hour, and plenty of other events throughout the year. And cost of living is $1,710 per month for a family, 68.3% less expensive. Overall cost of living is about 10% lower, and housing is 24% less expensive than the national average. You can buy a home in $135,000. Rent is also very wallet-friendly. For condo, it's $710. Single-family homes rents from $890 to $920. Grocery options are Walmart, Aldi, Kroger, and Food Lion. It's a food desert. Numerous Mexican restaurants locals love El Parral and flavors of Don Pepe's. Big city options are going to be a drive. Roanoke, Greensboro, North Carolina, or Danville, all about 40 to 45 minutes. Martinsville doesn't have rush hour. It has rush 10 minutes. A lot of local folks don't seem to understand just how relatively cheap it is to live here. I don't think Martinsville is as bad as it used to be, and the population is growing, not shrinking. It has crime, but so does every city. These locations in Virginia allow one to balance affordable homes, low cost of living, and magnificent small-town charm. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Which one sounds like home to you? Drop a comment and let me know.